It is 8:59, going to be 9 o'clock in 12 seconds if you want to set your clock by the WJOB clock. And we are talking with folks from the city of East Chicago. Twice a month we try to highlight something good going on in the city of East Chicago. If you guys are calling in, I'm going to extend the show for another 5 or 10 minutes. I usually end at 9 o'clock. We're going to talk for another 5 minutes. I'll take a break, and then we'll talk anything you guys want to talk about the strike going on out there. And if you have any information for me. I had a guy call in and say that it was that he thought that the carpenters might be crossing the Teamsters picket line. I have no evidence of that, and I want to clear that up. I have no evidence of that. I'll pick up your calls at around 9:07 if anybody wants to call in on that. So 219-845-1100 will be the number at 9:07 to talk about that. Damien, you got a lot of good things going on here in the city of East Chicago. You've got the race again. Let's go back to the race. It's Jose Garza. Okay. On my Twitter, you are now Jose Gonzalez, so let me fix that. Okay. And that's just typical. You're getting
Garcia. I always get confused for Garcia, so Gonzalez is a new one.
And I'm going to leave that all alone. I don't know why. I know a Jose Gonzalez. That's why, and I think I've confused that. But you've got the race on this Saturday.
This Saturday, the 19th.
Hold on a second. You're this Saturday, the 19th.
Correct.
And Stacy and the Black Music Month celebration is on the 26th.
Right.
So just make sure everybody knows this isn't on the same day.
No, it's 2 different days. The run is this Saturday. The following Saturday would be Stacy's I Too Sing America organization parade.
So getting back to the race.
Back to the race. It's registration's going to begin at Block Junior High at 7:15 a.m. to 8:15, and then at 8:30 promptly we'll get started with the 5K run, and it's a walk. So anyone who's always thought about joining a race and we're a little afraid, get out there and do it. We had a lot of first timers last year. And the most beautiful thing about it is I'm an avid runner. I've been running for 28 years through the streets of East Chicago, and you hardly see anyone running at all. But now, with this race that we did last year, I just think it ignited something. It's kind of a fitness revolution, so to speak. People are out there running. You see them out there at the track jogging, and
people are track gets a lot of runs.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, almost at any time of the day, there's people out there running it when school's not in. I don't think they want you out there during school.
Todd Park as well.
I was going to mention that. Even at Todd Park, they have that.
Todd Park?
They have a new park over there. It's a very, very pretty park. It's very nice, and it's very modern. There's a half-mile track around it, and you see a lot of people running over there. And even just through the streets, as I run, I'm getting fired up. I see runners all the time giving them the thumbs up, and that's a little odd to see because East Chicago, quote unquote, is not known as a running community. But I just think we're changing that around, with this 5K run and walk. People are more enticed to get out there.
What do you mean
and
it's not known as a running community?
Well, you go to different communities like Valpo, they'll have a running community where you see people running all the time, and I guess it just goes back to being part of a new fitness revolution. People are just afraid to do something new, and people see that they're out there running, and I constantly see runners out there running. Normally you see the doctors running around St. Catherine Hospital during the afternoon, during lunchtime, but at any given point you go down Columbus Drive, you will see people running and jogging. Again, I don't know if it's due to the race that we started here last year, but maybe it's just a new fitness revolution.
Where are you from?
East Chicago, the Harbor. Stacy's neighbor, actually, right around the block.
In Sunnyside.
We live in Sunnyside community.
In Sunnyside, and did you grow up in the Harbor?
Yes, born and raised.
So you went to Bishop Knoll or Washington?
I went to Bishop Knoll. And
what year would that have been?
85.
85 at Bishop Knoll?
85 at Bishop Knoll.
Why didn't you go to Washington?
That's right. Why didn't you go to Washington?
Well, I actually went to seminary for 2 years. So I went through a private school my whole life, went to Harbor Catholic, and then from there went to St. Lawrence Seminary, and junior year went to Bishop Knoll. So I wanted to go to Washington. Mom wouldn't let me. I found a girlfriend right before my junior year, and I wanted to go to Washington pretty bad. But Mom,
so is that what precluded the seminary idea?
No. It was just a good school to go to. I actually had my son going there now.
You went to seminary for 2 years.
Right.
Where?
At St. Lawrence in Wisconsin.
You wanted to be a priest?
No, I didn't want to be a priest.
Oh,
That's
wow.
probably why I left. But it was more for college prep, spiritual depth type of school than anything else. But I graduated Bishop Knoll and had a good time over there. And actually, with this race that we're dedicating to Coach Jesse Jones, that's how I met Coach Jones. I was at conference meet, and It was myself, one of his kids, Ruben Rodriguez, if I recall, and George Ramos from Washington were favored to win an event there. And here I have this gentleman coming up to me. I'm all of 5'5", 110 pounds. And I have this gentleman with a cowboy hat approaching me, and I'm just intimidated, you know, and I'm just a little scrawny kid. And he gathers me, he comes up to me, and he says, "Hey, you know, the good thing about this is an East Chicago kid is going to win this race." And that's what I'm happy about. So he was, this gentleman we're dedicating the race to, he was just an advocate for just youth in general, and it didn't matter. You know, I go to Chesterton, there's people that know him from Chesterton. He was just involved with so many youth and athletic programs and AAU and everything else. So it was just nice to get to know him on that basis, and that's why we're dedicating
Coach
this race.
Jesse Jones
From Roosevelt High School.
Roosevelt, do you know when he was there, Damien?
I don't know the exact numbers. I know him from going to the basketball games, and he was always there with his hat on.
He would ride
and
his
his
bike
family.
And he's rode his bike
He would ride his bike around EC
with the hat. Yes, he
with
would.
his
hat
cowboy
on?
hat.
So he would have actually had a string under his chin to hold his hat on. Is that right?
I don't know.
Either
He
that
had
or he had
maybe
a really thick head and,
I don't
and
know.
it
Right.
just
But
jammed
everyone
on
knew
there.
him.
Everybody
Everyone
Now
knew.
he's deceased.
Yes, and a lot of people didn't know him by name, but if they saw his picture, they said, "Oh, I remember
Is that
him."
picture on here?
It's,
Yeah,
it's on the back.
Jesse Jones. All right.
Very involved with the community.
I
He's
know
Knights
who
of
that is.
Columbus.
Did he used to hang out under the basket at the Central games?
Yes, he used
Okay,
to,
then
he
that's
used to
what
be
I'm
all
thinking.
the Central games.
There's a hold on. If you guys are on the TV, there's Jesse Jones.
Great ambassador for Chicago.
And let's do it this way also. Is that focused okay? Can we see that? There you go, Jesse Jones, for all you EC people that are watching this on the East Chicago television station. Damian Rico, Stacy Winfield. Let's go back to that. Stacy, it is the parade and festival for National Black Music Month. It is the 3rd annual I Too Sing America. Now, what's the website of this?
There's no website for that. You can
You
go.
go to www.chicago.com. There's the race and the I2 America.
eChicago.com?
Right.
Yes.
So you don't have an I Too Sing America website
It's in the
yet?
process of being made.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Go to Weebly.com and
Okay.
put it up. You have it up in about an hour.
All right.
But parade and festival is on Saturday. The parade's at noon, goes through the harbor.
Right.
And then the festival is from 2 to 10. And you're going to have live acts all day
Live
long.
acts and free admission.
How much it cost?
Free.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat it.
Can't beat that. The race isn't free.
No, the race isn't free, but it's for a good
Do
cause.
you get a
and it's-
T-shirt?
You get a T-shirt if you pre-register, and again, pre-registration is now closed. But Miss Nowacki is honoring pre-registration if you get it to her office before tomorrow.
So what you need to
the
do is
22,
go to
but you have to pay the $22 race day fee now.
Okay, so for $22, so to get the EC shirt, you got to go to St. Catherine Hospital and then go behind
The
it,
greenhouse.
and look for a tree growing through a roof, and then that's where she'll be, right?
I think they took the tree down, but you can look for the greenhouse. You know,
Anybody that wants more information can look us up on. We're on Facebook now as well. So it's become a fan of ECTV News, and you'll be getting all the East Chicago happenings, and you can find out what's going on from day to day and weekend to weekend.
It's not become a fan of ECTV News. It's just ECTV News is the Facebook now.
Right,
ECTV
right,
News.
right.
Okay?
But I mean,
I know
become-
somebody's right
yeah.
now is going to type become a fan of E. No, it's ECTV News, and you'll be able to get all the stuff going on
Right,
in the city.
right.
Because there are a lot of good things going on in EC and a lot of good folks and a lot of good organizations,
Right.
and you guys represent that.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Anything else, Damien?
That's it for right now.
All right,
Until next
man. I'll
time.
take a few calls right after this on some other topics. AM 1230 JOB.
When you're looking for a change and
All right,
still
guys.
want to
Now I gotta go wrestle with